Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha and these are the headlines of the hour. The Tarai region celebrated the Festival of Colors Holi today as revelers enjoyed the festival smearing vermilion and colors on each other, exchanging greetings and singing and dancing. National Land Commission being formed and scrapped. With the change in government, problems of more than 1 million families of landless squatters remain intact. The UN Security Council passes resolution demanding immediate humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza and immediate and unconditional release of all hostages. The US abstains from the vote. And Team Nepal secure a 6-wicket win over Ireland Wolves in the first match of the 2-match T20 series. Opener Kushal Bhurtel guides Nepal to victory with an unbeaten 37. The Tarai region celebrated the Festival of Colors Holi today, a day after the hilly regions took part in the celebrations yesterday. Revelers enjoyed the festival by putting colors and vermilion on one another, exchanging greetings and singing and dancing. The festival began as a form of celebration of the victory of truth over evil. The festival is also known as Fagua in the Tarai region, and the famous Jogira performances were also put forth during the Festival of Colors today. The Tharu community of Chitwan celebrated Holi today by smearing vermilion and colors on one another and by singing and dancing. Holi is the second biggest festival of Chitwan's Tharu community after Maghi. Likewise, Holi was celebrated in the same way in Udaipur's capital Gaighat, Beltar, Rampur, Katari, among other places. Holi was celebrated with much fanfare in Sunsari's Itari, Dharan and other areas of the district. Likewise, the Festival of Colors was also observed by different cultural communities by exchanging greetings and improving goodwill. The tribal Rana Tharu community of Kailali and Kanchanpur also celebrated Holi decked in traditional attire and by singing and dancing. Likewise, Holi was celebrated in Birganj, Biratnagar, Bardia and other regions of the country. Meanwhile, Dhanusa and Mohattari districts will celebrate Holi tomorrow and on Tuesday. More than 1 million families have been facing the brunt as the government has politicized the problems of the landless squatters. The trend of formulating commissions to address the problems of the landless squatters and scrapping them in cases of no political benefits has continued unabated. Following the change in the ruling coalition, the National Land Commission, formed 2.5 years ago, has been scrapped. The government has also begun preparations to form a new commission. However, there is no clear basis for the new commission to address the problems. Providing land to the landless is a technical issue and can be addressed by those with expertise in this regard. Doing so will not require forming and scrapping commissions with changes in the government. However, the government leadership has been prioritizing recruitment of cadres and creating vote banks instead of addressing the problems of the landless squatters. The National Land Commission, formed 2.5 years ago during the government led by Pushpakamal Dahal for addressing problems of the landless squatters, has been scrapped before completing its responsibility and expiry of its term. The government has already formed 16 commissions to address the problems of landless in the past 33 years. The 16th commission has also been scrapped while the government is making preparations to form the 17th commission. Despite the formation of these many commissions, problems of the landless squatters have remained intact. The government does not even have data on the number of landless citizens. Of the 16 commissions, data show that 7 of them had provided land to 160,000 landless squatters. However, even those land have been disputed. Meanwhile, other commissions failed to fulfill their responsibilities and were not provided adequate time to perform. Billions of rupees have been spent by the 16 commissions in the span of 33 years. The commission, formed 4 years ago, had collected data of 1,180,761, while the recent commission has the data of 1,038,159 families. But with the scrapping of the commission, the data is at the risk of being unused. With billions being spent in decades, problems of the landless remaining the same is a reflection of how the government leadership has politicized the issue to recruit its cadres and create its vote banks. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, what should be the priorities to diffuse the pressure facing by the Prime Minister? 26% voted for A, keep parties in confidence. 38% for B, works centered on public interest. And 36% for C, get rid of double standard behavior. And here's today's question. Why have issues of the land list that should have been addressed with inputs from experts been politicized? Your options are A, to create a vote bank, B, to employ cadres, and C, complicated issue. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The federal parliament has failed to operate because of the clash between the government and the opposition. However, neither the government nor the opposition have paid any interest towards the parliamentary proceedings. Alleging involvement of Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Home Affairs Rabi Lamichhane in the fraud of cooperatives, main opposition Nepali Congress has been demanding his resignation. The opposition also blocked Home Minister Lamichhane from presenting the bill related to political parties at the parliament. However, dialogue has not been held between the government and the opposition regarding the issues being raised by Nepali Congress and possible additional obstructions. With both sides firm in their respective stances, the parliament is likely to face the direct impact. Avoiding the parliamentary obstructions, Speaker of the House of Representatives Devraj Ghimire is outside of the country. Main opposition Nepali Congress has been warning of obstructing the House of Representatives, the meeting of which has been postponed for 10 days because of the absence of the Speaker. However, the government and the opposition do not seem serious regarding the parliamentary proceedings. The government has remained completely indifferent, as it has not initiated any dialogue with the opposition to resume the parliamentary proceedings. Opposition Nepali Congress has been obstructing the House with demand of the formation of a parliamentary committee to investigate Minister for Home Affairs Rabi Lamichhane. Nepali Congress has been warning of stronger protests if the government does not reach a decision by the next meeting. A conducive environment for the meeting slated for 31st of March should have been created. However, the parties have not initiated efforts to hold talks regarding the matter. Change in the ruling coalition has also been reflected in the stance of the parties, because of which an environment for talks on certain issues has remained elusive. Despite the ongoing session being the session for formulation of laws, topics related to coalition and political equations have found more priority. Because of this, important bills related to the implementation of federalism and transitional justice have remained stranded. While agreement was said to have reached on most topics of bills related to transitional justice, it is now at risk because of the change in political equation. The winter session of the parliament is likely to run for around 1 more month. The government does not have a clear plan on endorsing important bills, and there is no environment for talks between the parties. It is evident that despite the claims of the parties, they are indifferent towards public issues and prioritize power and political equations. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Foreign Affairs Naren Kaji Shrestha, who is in his 9-day official visit of China, has been busy in political parleys. Minister Shrestha held talks with CPPCC Chairperson Wang Huning and members of the Standing Committee of the Chinese Communist Party Political Bureau. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, topics including bilateral ties and mutual aid and support were discussed during the meetings. Minister Shrestha is scheduled to meet Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi tomorrow. It has been learned that discussion is to be held regarding the implementation of the agreements reached during Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal's China visit. Minister Shrestha is also scheduled to address an investment program to be organized by the Nepali Embassy tomorrow. Shrestha will also visit Chongqing, Tibet and Sichuan provinces and meet high-ranking Chinese officials and communist leaders. In its order, the Supreme Court has directed to grant affiliation to BNC Medical College of Birtamor, Jhapa. Saying the college had met the requirements, the bench of Justice Duo Kumar Chural and Saranga Subedi issued the order to grant affiliation to the entity. Despite ensuring all required infrastructure, BNC operator Durga Prasai had filed a writ at the Supreme Court against the Kathmandu University and Medical Education Commission for not granting affiliation. Hearing on the writ, the Apex Court issued the order. Despite the issue of the letter of intent by the Ministry of Education on 28th of January 2012, BNC College is yet to receive affiliation. Different kinds of talks are being held around the world regarding positive and negative aspects of artificial intelligence or AI. However, such talks have been limited in Nepal, while the government is in a state of dilemma regarding which ministry should monitor AI technology. Experts have said that Nepal has failed to reap benefits from artificial intelligence in sectors including education, health, and information technology. According to AI experts, Nepal can benefit from the opportunities created by AI in several sectors. Several employment opportunities have been created in the sector of technology, but the government of Nepal has not initiated any effort for its development and appropriate use. Nepali students pursuing information technology are capable, but they have been deprived of even basic trainings. Artificial intelligence is the capacity of the computer. AI can ease human works several folds by the use of data and information. Computers can learn like human beings, make logics, and communicate with AI technology. With such knowledge, they can formulate plans, create solutions for the problems they are presented, and make recommendations as well. However, the government of Nepal has been struggling to formulate guidelines for AI. Despite the claim of the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology regarding works initiated to formulate an official stance on AI, progress is yet to be made. While sharing achievements of 1 year of his term, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal had said that progress of national pride projects would be monitored through AI. However, no progress has been made in this regard. Inadequate budget and absence of skilled human resource have added challenges in the use of technology in government services. A study has shown that 67 billion rupees has been generated in revenue through export of services related to information technology in the period of 1 year. Nepali nationals have been working in the IT sector while staying in Nepal and serving foreign service seekers, but the government has failed to prioritize this industry. Experts are of the opinion that several laws are required to ensure privacy, as personal details are likely to be compromised with the abuse of AI. They have also said that the development of AI could lead to reduction in jobs in many sectors. In our Public Voice segment today, we have asked people in several provinces what should be done to protect forests. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सरकारले चाहिँ समुदायसँग मिलेर समुदाय वनलाई संरक्षण गर्नको लागि पहल कदमी अगाडि बढाउनु पर्छ।
पत्करहरू सोरेर अब त्यो पत्करको लाइन जब हट्यो भने त त्यहाँ त डडेलो यताबाट गएर जंगल भित्र त विनाश त गर्दैन।
रुखहरू धेरै नकाट्ने, एउटा काटिसकेपछि धेरै रुखहरू लगाउने।
संरक्षणको लागि चाहिँ हामीले मेन कुरो चाहिँ वन जंगललाई हामीले तारबारै गर्नुपर्छ।
चोरी निकासी रोक्ने, सबभन्दा वनमा भएका दारहरू सबै यताउति काटे।
सामुदायिक वनहरूले अलि कडा गर्नु पर्यो, उपाय त्यसलाई वन जंगल भित्र छिर्न दिनु भएन।
खाली रहेका बाँझो वन क्षेत्रहरूमा चाहिँ वृक्षारोपण गर्ने।
पशु चौपाहरूलाई स्वतन्त्र छोड्नु भएन।
गरी महिना छ वन जंगललाई आगो लागेबाट बचाउनु पर्यो।
नाङ्गा डाँडाहरूमा पनि एकदम व्यापक रूपमा वृक्षारोपण गर्न जरुरी छ।
समुदायलाई जिम्मेवार गराउनु पर्यो। अर्को कुरा गतिलो कानुन बनाउनु पर्यो।
आगो लागेबाट जोगाउन सक्नुपर्छ।
It's time now for the international update. The United Nations Security Council today demanded an immediate ceasefire between Israel and Palestinian militants Hamas and the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages after the United States abstained from the vote. The remaining 14 council members voted for the resolution, which was proposed by the 10 elected members of the body. Washington had been averse to the word ceasefire earlier in the nearly 6-month-old war in the Gaza Strip and had used its veto power to shield U.S. ally Israel as it retaliated against Hamas for an October 7 attack last year that Israel says killed 1,200 people. But amid growing global pressure for a truce in the war that has killed more than 32,000 Palestinians, the U.S. abstained from the vote today to allow the Security Council to demand an immediate ceasefire for the Muslim fasting month of Ramadan, which ends in 2 weeks. Israel says Hamas took 253 hostages during its October 7 attack. Israeli Army radio reported shortly before the council meeting started that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu would cancel a planned delegation to Washington if the U.S. did not veto the resolution. The U.S. has vetoed 3 draft council resolutions on the war in Gaza. It has also previously abstained twice, allowing the council to adopt resolutions that aimed to boost aid to Gaza and called for extended pauses in fighting. Russia and China have also vetoed 2 U.S. drafted resolutions on the conflict in October and last Friday. It's time now for another short break. We'll be right back.
Sports news.
Team Nepal have secured a 6-wicket win over Ireland Wolves. In the unofficial T20 match played at the Tribhuvan University Cricket Ground in Kantipur today, Ireland Wolves won the toss and elected to bat first, where they were bowled out for 121 runs in their 20 overs. Wicketkeeper batter Stephen Doheny top scored for the visitors with 46 runs. Thomas Mays and Liam McCarthy scored 16 runs each, while Fionn Hand added 11, as none of the other batters scored in double digits. Lalit Rajbangshi, Gulshan Jha and Kushal Bhurtel picked 2 wickets each, while Karan Keshi and Kushal Malla had a wicket each. In reply, Nepal chased the target in 16.1 overs, losing 4 wickets. Opener Kushal Bhurtel top scored for Nepal as he remained unbeaten at 37 runs. Sandeep Jora added 36, while Dipendra Singh Airi was not out at 20 runs. Gareth Delaney picked 2 wickets for Ireland Wolves, while Ben White and Thomas Mays picked a wicket each. The second match of the 2-match series is slated for tomorrow. Meanwhile, Nepal A and Ireland Wolves are to play 3 T20 and 1-day matches each. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.